Got no time for loving there, it's time for beer. Don't give me no wine, no champagne come there. Toss me another song, cause it's time for beer. Time for beer, yeah, it's time for beer. Time for beer, yeah, it's time for beer.
Thank you for taking time for beer. I'm your host, Jasper Leitch. I want to thank you for tuning in to Time for Beer, and I want to give a big shout out to my good friends up in Canada, KDK Distributors, because at KDK, we are loud, proud, and strong. We are celebrating beer as always here on the program today, and I am quite honored to have as my brewing host on the program a very caring man when it comes to the world of beer, Harry R. Burns. Harry, thank you for taking time for beer.
Jasper, hey, how are you?
Oh, man, I've been partying all night, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. I came across a couple of different kinds of beers last night when I was out with my friends, made of some of that wacky weed, made out of hemp. We'll have to talk about that.
Wow, hemp beer, that sounds good.
I don't know. I'm afraid of that wacky weed. You know, when you smoke it, the whole world goes to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, I know. You might go kill somebody. You better stick to the beer.
I know. Absolutely. It's better for you.
Yeah, I mean, after a while, you get a little cirrhosis problem, but that ain't no big deal. You know, we all got to die sometime.
That's right. And I can't think of a better way to go than turning yellow.
Really? I mean, it's a good color. When you see those people, they look unhealthy.
Why don't you tell people about your fantastic little show you got called the Can and Bottle Corner?
Yeah, the Can and Bottle Corner. We celebrate beer. I mean, everything on the show is about beer, and we talk about how wrong our government was back in the 20s when they tried to outlaw beer, and all the fight we put up for it, and all. I'm just glad that they finally came to their senses and allowed this really good, drink to be available to people to get drunk on.
I know. I can't believe that there was actually a prohibition against beer at one time.
It makes you feel so good, and usually after you drink enough of it, you throw up and get all the poisons out of your system. I mean, it's good for you.
It is. It really is. And there's a lot of great beer organizations out there that we're going to be talking about today. And we got a couple of recipes for people who like to eat when they're drinking their beer. Now, it's good to eat before you go out drinking, ain't it?
Yeah, I think you can drink more beer if you do that, Jasper. That's been my experience. If I go out there and I'm hungry, I mean, after about one or two beers, I start getting a little woozy. But if I eat a little bit, now I can pop down a 6-pack real quick and not really be in any trouble yet.
And it's a great way of kicking off every night, to say the truth.
Oh, I get drunk every night. I mean, I live for it. In fact, I'm drunk right now. In fact, I was so excited about being on the show that I popped a few earlier, and I must say I'm glad I did it. I feel good.
Well, I want to encourage people out there who are listening, if you want to talk more about beer, there are places you can go to. You can go to beermasters.com. It's a great little organization. Check out. They've got a couple of blog sites on there, and they got places that will tell you about beer and food and beer gifts and beer trivia and a lot of great drinking games to enjoy with you and your friends. I just think it's fabulous.
I tell you, it's just the people in the nation, I mean, that are out there getting drunk and drinking beer every day. I mean, their lives are just so together, and they have no problems, occasionally you have to slap the wife around a little bit or something, but I mean, no big deal, sometimes when you get drunk, you get carried away a little bit, but.
Now, Harry, I've been wanting to ask you, what does that R stand for in your names on Harry R. Burns?
Well, it stands for Richard, but my friends call me Dick. I guess it's just sort of a slang, but, it stands for Richard, but most of my good friends, they call me Dick.
All right. Well, on the program, because we're real professional, I'll just call you Harry, but it's nice to know that Harry Dick Burns is part of our program today.
Yeah, I'm just honored to be here, Jasper. It's just a real thrill, and the only thing that would make it sweeter is if I was there and we could pop a beer together and, have a toast.
That would be awesome. But, at the next beer conference, we'll be able to do that. They got one coming up in Denver at the Mile High, and after you've had a few of these beers, baby, you do get a mile high.
Oh, that'd be a party not to miss there, I'll tell you.
Well, tipping back some brews with us today on the program. Harry is a good friend of ours. He's been on before, a representative from the Dick's Brewing Company, B.J. Hillcome. B.J., thank you for taking time for beer.
Afternoon, Jasper. My friends call me Beej, though.
Oh, Beej, it's good to have you here, and thanks for tipping a few brews with us.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure being here talking about a good Dick product. The Dick's Brewing Company is one of the Pacific Northwest premier craft beers that appeals to an ever-growing audience who enjoys a distinctive full-body taste of regional beers. We make high-quality beers for discerning people that need a Dick in their glass or mug.
Oh, my gosh, I can tell you, I do appreciate a good Dick's whenever I get a chance to. They're hard to find in my neck of the woods sometimes.
Well, yeah, speaking about Dick's beers, I mean, they have a nice... In fact, if anybody wants to go to Dick's Beers, check out our website at dicksbeer.com and have a nice, smooth Dick going down your throat tonight.
Yeah,
they are awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which I appreciate most, the firm body or that smooth head.
It seemed like the Dick's had a bigger head than some of the other beers I've tried.
They do. They're more frothy.
Yes, exactly. Well, especially when we're talking about our dark stout that we import our hops from Africa and Jamaica that give our beer a rich dark brown color and a bigger frothy head compared to our other beers that we have in our line of Dick's beers.
So you're saying most of the Dick's are dark then?
Well, no, just we have different type of we have the yellow beer, the East Asian yellow Dick's beer, which is has a hint of opium in them.
Oh.
Yes.
And I noticed on your website you've got Dick's Lava Rock Porter, which, as it says here on your website, dark, almost black and rich, a palate full of malt and hops makes this beer so special. The mash includes caramel, chocolate, and black malts. Magnum hops for balance and two additions of Mount Hood hops and lots of flavor and a great aroma.
It's kind of funny you mentioned that. We find that beer especially popular with women who are unsatisfied with their lighter beers.
I can understand. And it says that it does have a great aroma. And one thing I do appreciate about a dark Dick is the way it smells.
Yes.
All right, Harry, you got a couple of questions for Beach?
Yeah, I was wanting to ask Beach there, since you asked me, Casper, what the R stood for, I was just wondering, Beach, what's that BJ stand for?
Barry James.
Barry James, Hillcome?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
But your friends call you Beach. Well, I'm glad to have your acquaintance, and like I was telling Casper, I wish that we could be in person where we could, toast a beer to each other, because I really do appreciate people like y'all that go to the effort to make sure people like me have fresh Dick's beer.
Well, yeah, it's good for, to get together with your friends and have a fresh Dick, share a fresh Dick between you guys.
Now, when did you first start working with Dick's?
Back in the 80s, where, beer was unregulated back then. People were going to dark rooms to drink their beer. It was a really dark time. Then Dick's Brewing came, and it really spawned a renaissance, if you were, of good Dick beer making.
How many Dicks do y'all have at the that y'all put out there at the brewing place there?
Around 12. We're slowly but surely expanding our repertoire of different types of different classifications of Dicks that we brew.
Yeah.
Now, each of your Dicks, I'm sure, it has its own unique flavor. And to make certain that each flavor lives up to its quality, do you have beer tasters on the property that taste each Dick to make sure that it stands up like it's supposed to?
Oh, trust me, you would imagine it's a huge turnaround, and we'll usually have a line going out the door for people who want to be Dick tasters at Dick's Brewing.
And how many people do you employ there?
We usually employ around 50 to 69 people.
Well, then it sounds like since the prohibition on beer has been lifted, that there's been a lot of Dick's products been going out the door.
Oh, the production of Dick's has been amazing, has improved. In fact, with the advent of the internet, it has made Dick's beer pretty much a very accessible beer for people.
How much Dick production do y'all think y'all do in a month there?
Well, I would say we actually expanded from doing 100,000 bottles a month to now doing about 365. Again, with the new production we got here, with a better ingredients that we're able to get a lot more easily. It's the production of Dick's has made our product a lot better and a lot tastier.
Jasper, have you tried any of those new Dick's yet, or that he's talking about, or?
Well, like I said, it's kind of hard to get all the flavor of Dick's on here in this neck of the woods, because first of all, I know how popular Dick's are across the United States, and it's really hard to get everything that you like. So no, I haven't.
We actually are opening up a Dick's Dick's like a brew pub actually in the cities of San Francisco, San Bernardino. And we're also going to be expanding our operations to the East Coast. So we're going to have a Dick in every city.
Do y'all have a Dick distribution center, or how do y'all get the Dick spread out like that?
We're right now we're hiring out, but as soon as the more popular our Dick gets, the more mouths we get our Dicks into, the more we'll be able to afford better distribution. Because right now we're outsourcing the delivery, so hopefully we could get our own private trucking industry going.
Right.
Well, I got to say that the very first time I experienced the Dick's product, it was Dirty Dick's Ale, and I was.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'd been out playing basketball with my friends. It was a hot summer day, and one of my friends asked me if I'd be interested in taking a Dirty Dick, and I thought, I don't know. I've never had one of those before, and but it looked so good. And when he got done pouring it, the head just looked so fabulous that I went ahead and tried a Dirty Dick's, and ever since then I have been hooked on Dick's products. Now, one of my favorite Dick's brew is Dick's Belgium Double with the crisp wheat malt. That's with the made there in Munich. I know you got the overseas operation there, and when you guys import that in there, it's got a stronger kick to it, and it's Dick's Belgium Double, and I love that. Nothing like a double Dick when you get a chance.
Oh yes, our Dick's Belgian is really the crown jewel of our beers that we brew outside of this country. It's very refreshing. In fact, the part of the recipe we make here is to make sure our Dick's brews goes down the throat very smoothly. In fact, Jasper, when you had that Dirty Dick Ale, how smooth did it go down your throat?
It was pretty smooth, but then I must say afterwards there was a bit of an aftertaste that lingered, but it was a nice aftertaste. But yeah, it remained there.
Yes, in fact, our Dick's Belgian Ale is very popular during Oktoberfest, where you see a lot of people just slamming bottles of Dick's down their throat.
Beach, I see one here that's you call it Dick's Danger Ale. What's that about? I mean, what makes that one dangerous? I've never heard of a dangerous Dick's before.
Well, because it comes in a bigger bottle and it has a higher alcohol content. So it still goes down smooth down your throat like the rest of our Dick's line, but this is a lot more
throaty.
Yeah, a lot more throaty. It's for your beer. This is not for your casual beer drinker. This is for perhaps your pro that goes out every night trying to find a nice good head on their beer, and it just goes down, it just piles down your throat.
Yeah.
And for those of you who like a good stout beer, there is a good stout Dick's that you can enjoy. It's Dick's Imperial Stout. Again, it's got that caramel flavor to it, and again, they got brown and chocolate malts. Now, I tell you, those chocolate malts that you use in some of your Dick's is amazing. There's been a few times when I have mixed chocolate with other drinks that kind of give it a nice bump. But I tell you, when you mix chocolate with Dick's, it's got a real hard kick.
Oh yes, it does. It really, you really can taste the hardship that these hops have gone through during their tumultuous travel to this country in order to be made into a beer.
What was y'all's inspiration for coming up with the chocolate Dick's in the first place?
Well, yes. Is this on?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yes. It's
Did you hear my question?
Yes.
Yeah,
again, it was from we received letters from many women, especially, and some men that were unsatisfied with some of our other beers, that they needed something with a little bit more kick to it, something with something that would be very
exotic.
Yes, exotic, and something that won't call you back in the morning, so to speak.
Yeah, I understand that, because there's been a few times when I've had just one too many Dick's on a Saturday night, and when I woke up on a Sunday morning, I felt like my head had been banged against the wall all night.
Wow, yeah. Well, you said that before. I mean, it's pretty. It's
got a kick.
Yeah, I mean, but again, our Dick's beers, our beers are so delicious that it'll be the best tasting Dick you ever had.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
It is. It's it's delicious. I mean, once you go dark pale ale, you don't go back. You know what they say.
Yeah.
In fact, you'll be. We've noticed that it has made our brown ales, especially, have inspired a lot of association and, if you will, people are actually forming gangs, if you were, for our Dick's Ale. Growing in fans. Our Facebook page for our dark pale alone is reaching millions of people, because I mean people just want to be satisfied with their optimum drinkability.
Well, I want to talk more about that after we do a commercial break here. So we got to pay our bills, and when we get done paying our bills here, we're going to come back and talk about more of this beautiful beer. And in the meantime, why don't everybody pop open a beer and take time for beer? Are we? Oh, we're still on. Oh, I'm sorry. I've had one too many beers. I guess we shouldn't have gone to commercial break yet.
Oh.
Wow. All right. Well, since we're
again, it's
college kids. I do a lot of college kids drink heavily now. Do you encourage college drinking? I mean, are there a lot of people on campus?
Look, I encourage drinking of anybody of a legal age, of course. And I know. There's I know every alcoholic company says drink responsibly, but I'm like, F that, have fun, slam a dick down your throat in rapid succession. In fact, gangbang the Dick's beers, if you
PJ, when the Dicks are brewing, I know some of these breweries, when they're brewing their beers and stuff, they kind of give off a bad smell. And I was just wondering, at the Dicks, when the Dicks are brewing, what's the smell like there at the brewery?
Well, it smells like corn chips. It's a nice rusted corn chips mixed with rusty pennies, but that's usually just the remnants of the plants burning off, and it leaves a nice clean Dick to drink. Yeah.
Well, that sounds fabulous.
Yes.
Now, it's got to be quite an honor to be part of the Dick's Brewing Company. I know that they won a lot of awards. Now, you want to tell us about some of your award-winning Dick products?
Well, one of our I guess you would say our star player, if you were, is the Dick's India Pale Ale. It comes in a brown bottle. We spice it with curry hops because this is very very busy at the Dick's Brewing Company offices here, getting phone calls. It comes. We spice it with curry hops. It's very exotic, and it comes with Slurpee juice just for quality drinkability.
Beautiful. Now, you guys were one of the companies that pioneered the different types of products coming out of one company that were alcohol related and, as they say, marketed to kids. And eventually you reeled that advertising back. Didn't you feel strange advertising dicks to children? You know, like when you had the little cartoon character representing the Dick's Brewing Company.
Oh, we had Joey Balls, our lovable mascot from Brooklyn. You know, because he had an elongated nose and he had a double chin. We weren't really trying to market it towards children. We were trying to make this beer a lot more fun for people that want to have fun. Our beer is made for association with adults only, of course.
Joining us on the program is somebody else who is also a big fan of beer, who's been working with beer for a long time. He's even got his own little website called beerbooth.net. And I want to welcome everybody to the program to say hi to Dean Recker. Dean, thank you for taking time for beer.
Oh, Jasper, it's just a treat to join you on this special day to pay your respect to Dick's, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, now you want to tell us about your little company called beerbooth.net?
Well, we try to encourage folks to, you know, embrace the dick, to you know, put it down their throat whenever possible. And we are able to set up a beer booth at any convention or other site where you want to encourage the use of dicks. And if folks will just go to our website, beerbooth.net, we'll be glad to help you out and make your event a rousing success.
So I take it if someone has your beer booth show up at their event, you'll be serving dicks.
Oh, we have nothing but dicks.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Dean. In fact, ladies, if you want to be a good wife and have a good health, always have a nice stiff dick down your throat.
There you go. At least in your hand, kind of stroke it as you go.
Dean, at that when y'all have the booth set up, I mean, like, how many dicks leave the booth when y'all are there? I mean, is there a lot of interest in dicks there at those shows?
Oh, it's always a hit. It is, you know, usually the top of the line booth at any convention we attend. And besides dicks, we do serve up wonderful tacos. We're from Texas, and you know, we understand. Yeah, you get to, you know, the taco recipe includes, of course, a little ground beef, just like at Jack in the Box, but a little seasoning and some taco shells. But mostly we make a special sauce with our big dicks.
Yeah. Well, are there more women getting the dicks or more men?
Well, it's a half and half. I'd say it's a big hit with the men of Texas as well. They love big dicks.
Yeah. Everything in Texas is big.
Now, you got a question, Dean? You got a question for Beach here? I know he's here with the Dick Brewing Company just for today, and we want to take advantage of him as much as we can.
Well, I was wanting to ask. You know, I mean, it's a huge chore to get so many dicks ready for sale, and you know, to get them out to the public. I mean, how many big dicks do y'all have each year?
Oh, well, like I said, we usually export a lot of. We sell over 100, like 200,000 a month of Dick's beers. So I mean, we're making sure that everyone gets a nice stiff Dick beer in their mouth.
And you have you know, a lot of breweries have their light beer and their dark beer and their, you know, ales and various kinds. What kind you got?
Oh, well, again, we covered this before, but we have Dick's India Pale Ale. Comes in a brown bottle. We spice it with curry, hops, and Slurpee for quality drinkability. We also have the Dark Stout that we import our hops from Africa and Jamaica that give the beer a rich dark brown color and a bigger frothy head compared to our other beers that we have in the line. Also, our East Indian Fu Manchu beer. It's made from yellow hops, which gives it a nice golden color, and is with a hint of opium. So it's very good for the Tao of Pooh.
And I've got to say that Dick's Smoked Porter is an awesome beer as well. I mean, that's the one that you put together with the Lava Rock Porter. and the result from it is a full-bodied, dark, malty ale. And it is amazing what you guys do with your Dick's recipes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we try hard. We try hard to have our beers very delicious for your consumption.
Harry Burns, you got a question?
Yeah, Beach, do the women, do they prefer the frothier head on the dicks, or do they like the bigger head on the dicks? I mean, or do y'all even do polls like that? I mean, to keep up with the consumer.
Oh, well, we are keeping up with the demand. If we in fact, it's, we're installing a system that makes it shoot through as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I thought might be clever for a brewing company to get involved with is selling beer nuts. You know, anytime that I've got a dirty dick in one hand, I'm always happy when I've got my favorite nuts in my other. And, you know, the snacks go along with drinking beer. So, have you guys thought about getting into the snack industry, or are you just going to be staying with dicks?
Well, we actually outsource when we have our dick tastings every Friday, which are open to the public. You know, you come in. We usually partner up with Taco Bell and also some strawberries and stuff like that. You know, we keep it very family orientated.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can imagine if somebody, you know, if they had a mouthful of beer nuts, that they'd probably want to wash it down with the big dicks.
Probably. You know, I usually do. Dean, you got a question for Beach?
Well, I wanted to talk about your thought there, Casper. You're saying you want to keep those nuts in your one hand and the big dick in the other. Now,
right.
I personally like to keep those nuts in a sack. So you got your nut sack in one hand, and then you got your big dick in the other, and it works out.
Yes. Well, actually, what I like to do is with the nut sack, I like to tie it to the dick's bottle, so that way I have my nuts hanging from my dick.
And you never lose it. I love that. Now, when you started working with the Dick's Brewing Company, I know it was pretty small, but over the years, it's gotten really big. And so,
veiny.
Very big, and you've reached into a lot of now. Because of that, do you find yourselves getting tax breaks and tax offers to bring your dicks to other towns?
Actually, we're actually signing a new an agreement to actually bring Dick's Brewing, well, at least another part of it, to Detroit, so that way it can help satisfy our East Coast and the middle of the country's dick needs.
Excellent. And it's probably even less costly that way when it comes to distributing your dicks, because you're saving money on gas as you're going to all the stores.
Well, all our trucks run on dick.
I bet they do. All right.
BJ, when y'all send your dicks to other countries, do they tax the dicks when they come into those countries? I mean, how does that work?
Oh, well, the economic part is not my business, my area of expertise.
Yeah.
Sorry to ask that. Well, all right. Well, now who helps pick the hops and the barleys? Are they all natural? Are they free from chemicals? Or when I tell you when I'm putting a Dick's down my throat, I get the impression that everything about it is like just free from all kinds of disease, like you get from pollution and you get from using the wrong kinds of pesticides.
Well,
Nature's way.
Yeah, our Dick's hops are specifically grown for Dick's beers, so we grow them organically, meaning no pesticides whatsoever. We have them naturally grown wild in the places where we contract them, like again Africa. Jamaica. We also we make sure we have a strict quality control on our dick hops.
So how hard was it to get a job there at Dick's?
Well, I had to go through the back door to put in my resume. So it was fairly tight. I mean, the competition was tight. I mean, I'm sorry, excuse me. But you know, I beat him out because I do have a degree in urology, so that's pretty much.
So you changed careers to do this then?
Yes, I did.
Amazing.
BJ, I know here just a couple of years ago that the beer industry got really soft, and I was just wondering if the Dick's got soft there, if y'all's Dick's Brewing got soft there at y'all's brewery here a couple of years ago when the rest of the industry saw that.
Yeah, did the market go down?
No, actually we didn't. We were able to ride out the recession, the beer recession, because we actually put an extra ingredient in it that helped keep us up and hard over the competition.
Well, yeah, that's the reason. They said that during the Depression originally, beer sales went up because people wanted to wash away their trouble. So I guess now when times are hard, people reach for a Dick's.
Yes, especially because Dick's, especially for a lot of people, you know, grabbing a Dick is very relaxing.
BJ Hillcome, I tell you, you are an amazing representative for Dick's. They can count themselves lucky. I'm sure your boss considers you to be his right hand.
Yes, he does. I mean, we keep it stroking smooth relationship.
And also, if you're looking for a beer booth at your party, go to beerbooth.net and learn the truth about why it's important to have a beer booth at your party. Dean, you got a couple of things you want to bring to the attention of our audience, so we'll just go ahead and pop a couple of tops while you do.
Well, yeah, I wanted to talk about, you know, there's all kinds of radical hippies and weirdos out there trying to legalize drugs all around this country, ugly drugs, you know, Mexican drugs and such. And here in Texas, they've got some common sense. Fact of the matter is the legislature's passing a bill where if you're going to get unemployment, well, you got to go in and get tested. You know, I think it'd be much better to have people out there with the big dicks in their mouth. You know, rather than smoking that Mexican cartel stuff, you know.
Absolutely.
It's a damn shame. I mean, it really is that there's all these welfare moms and hippies and weirdos out there. They're trying to get high on nature, you know, rather than the good dicks.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of funny you mentioned that we're actually coming up with a new kind of a Dick's beer based on Top Gun, the two characters, Goose and Maverick, with Cross Dick's Ale.
Wow.
I like it. That ought to sell like hotcakes.
So you get double your dicks for you pay once, you get double the dicks. More
double
value
dicks for the price of one. Yeah.
Exactly. Amazing. Is that going to be a dark dick or a light dick?
Actually, it's going to be a combination of both of them. One, I forget it. So yes.
Smooth. Are you going to call it a natural blend?
Well, yes, it is. I mean, again, we're going with something to symbolize the loving relationship Goose and Maverick had in Top Gun with Cross Dick's Ale.
Beautiful, beautiful. And again, I would encourage people to go to check out Dick's Brewing Company on the website. You can go to dicksbeer.com. And again, Dean Recker, I know you work so hard with your beerbooth.net. You had something else that you thought was important too. You wanted to bring to the attention of the audience.
Well, it's along the same line I was talking about. The good folks of Montana, at least the good folks in the legislature, you know, are recognizing the fact that the hippies and the weirdos and the welfare moms up there in Montana are smoking weed, and they want to stop that. They want those folks to get a big dick in their mouth.
Well, they got dicks right next to them. I don't see why they would do that.
Exactly. Well, here's my idea. If you appreciate the politicians forcing people to take a whiz test before they get their benefits or before they apply for a job, send your politician a big dick. Go to dicksale.com and you buy a dirty dick or buy one of their finer dick L's and put it in a box and send your politician a nice, firm, full-bodied dick that's guaranteed to have a frothy head when they open it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Harry, you got another question for BJ?
I just, really not a question, but I just wanted to thank BJ for, enlightening us about the dicks and, I never knew there were so many dicks out there. I've had so much fun discussing that and I hope everybody out there that's listening can go out and experiment with the dicks that are available.
Well, I tell you what, the Texas legislators, they're all big fans of big dicks, I'll tell you.
Yeah, in Texas, all the dicks are bigger, probably.
Well, they have one in their hand at all times, if not in their mouth. They are always in favor of big dicks.
Well, I understand that. Like I said at the top of the hour, that when I was 22, I experienced my first dirty dicks. And ever since I did that, I've been reaching for dicks anytime I get thirsty. And again, I would encourage you to go to their website so that you can get your own dick. And if you're looking for a nice big package to send somebody as a surprise gift, I can certainly tell you that if you send somebody a dirty dick for their birthday, they certainly will be surprised. So if you want to find out how to do that, I would encourage you again, go to Dick's Brewing Company. That's at what's the website again? Dick's Beer, right? BJ?
It's dicksbeer.com. Definitely check it out. Check out our beers. Take a quick tour of our a virtual tour of our facility, and we'll have a blast in your face.
And I want to thank everybody out there for listening in. We've really had a lot of fun here. And next Monday, there's going to be another program here in the place. They're calling it Time for Hemp, I think. We've had a lot of fun here on April Fools, and we send love to everybody. And remember, when you get thirsty, reach for a big dicks, and you'll be satisfied by the smooth body and the frothy head here at Time for Beer.
Got no time for loving beer, it's time for beer. Don't give me no lie, no can't make a beer. Toss me another song, cause it's time for beer. Time for beer, it's time.